welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza 0. I'm BurningDogFace, and because I apparently just miscounted the number of episodes I'd filmed, this is actually the beginning of a new session. So I guess I'm only doing 3 videos today. Let's try and make them count. I believe those cultists were down here. I assume they're cultists. That woman is saying, "What have you done with my daughter?" and all that. Ah, there they are. Unless they just locked her up in a sanitarium, and I'd feel really bad about calling them cultists this whole time. Meddling senses are tingling. Oh dear. Boy, it's a good thing they stayed there all night and all day until I got there. Just in time to catch the end of that. There's a mugging down the street. Oi! Oi. I feel like he didn't mean oi as in the British oi, but, you know, props to the translators. Very funny as if for this one conversation his name thing said, nobody special instead of Majima. Are we getting a flashback for this random woman? No, we're just cutting to a conversation. I guess I'm not saving that guy, then. And the pajama party. Well, it is the late 80s. Maybe you can contact the A-Team. For a second, I thought he was going to say something much creepier. It is not entirely unknown for, Sort of got distracted by whatever that is on the bike there. Oh, it's a cat! Curled up away from the camera. Alright. Yeah, I was starting to say, it's not entirely unknown for, you know, cults to use literal brainwash. Well, not literal brainwashing. They're not, like, running cerebellums under a tap. But, like, actual brainwashing techniques on new recruits. You know, sort they use when making suicide operatives. Except in this case, they just want them to hang around to give them all their money. out of there before she starts drinking the Kool-Aid. I guess she's already drinking the Kool-Aid by the usual use of that term, but I meant it more in the suicide cult kind of way. Her husband didn't die. He ate the best steak in Japan and ascended to a higher plane of flavor existence. Shot that for legal purposes later. I don't think I've ever joined a cult in a Let's Play before. Order of Munan Kohept Onost. Shohept. I don't know. Well, I mean, what isn't? That's a knife. Where did I get? Oh, that's the one I got from the Dragon and Tiger store. I mean, I guess. Oh, I guess the amulet isn't literally an amulet. Can't rotate it or anything. Here's just a good look at it. That shouldn't go into work, but... why the hell not? That's right. Okay. I just realized I have absolutely no idea where I'm supposed to be going. Can't turn the camera any further. Hello, small dog. Cannot pet the dog. There's a Oh, that's not creepy at all. Right. Okay. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you miss your wife and kid. I'm just saying. Not very difficult to read the signs if you know the tropes, I think the term is. Wait a minute, you're just a recolored version of that kid from Tokyo. Careful, I have no depth perception.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. And I'm suddenly stuck in the middle of all this family drama, and I don't even know anyone's names.
What
What I need to do is wander around and look for cultists. I did not see it going in this direction. I like that. Man named Akatani. I like that it just doesn't say, Keiko Akatani. It's man named Akatani. Can't even strike up a conversation or they'll recognize your voice. That would put them directly in the line of fire, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, they might think you're a stalker, but you're in a rough situation, so I'm not going to judge. Friendship meter? Oh, whatever his problem is, I've solved it some other way. Oh, see you. I was starting to say earlier, there's a Twitter account called Can You Pet the Dog, which is purely dedicated to basically judging every game that has dogs in it by... Oh. Fine, let's go. I think it specifically goes for if there's a interaction where you press a button and your character pets the dog. You know, as opposed to whether there's a cutscene where you pet the dog. You know, that doesn't count. If the player can pet the dog at will, it gets a yes. And I bring this up because I think it's really funny that more than one indie dev has put out a patch to their game to allow you to pet the dog after getting a no on this account. I think Enter the Gungeon was one of them. That's probably the most high-profile name in there. Some of the posts are, in fact, jokes, like they post the boss from Dark Souls that's a giant dog with a sword. You cannot pet the dog in Dark Souls. I don't know, maybe it's a trans man? Sure. Fuck it, let's reply to the bathroom graffiti. This is not what I expected to happen today. Oh, it's the radio. I guess if you actually speak Japanese, this is like a whole level of flavor. I was going to say flair, but yeah, I guess it's flavor. I guess that's a sporting event, and you could hear the guy talking about the players and such. You could hear these two guys talking in a conversation earlier. Still, the translations they did do are a fantastic job. I'm glad just to be able to follow the main story. Props for it not just being the same two people. This one. The Order of Munan Shohept Onast. I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of that so that I can throw that into an anagram generator later on. See what happens.
No. Yeah.
And now you're Irish suddenly. That's a dead end. No, we're just here somehow. I guess this is inside one of those buildings. It's your real name, but I guess it does discount that possibility of being captured. Onast for informing me. Here's a pro tip, Majima. If you want to get ahead in a cult, you don't ask questions. Do I get a set of white clothes, too? Your clothes are really low poly. Sorry, distracted. Timer just went. You can talk to a therapist or take pills for that. You don't need to be punished. Pretend you are okay with this. That is the best way to get in good with them. Timer did just go, so we'll find out what we got here in the next episode of Let's Play Yakuza 0. You've survived tougher, says my lozenge wrapper. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you then. Later!